We understand that the girls would not want us to give up.
It's been 3 months since Travis Decker disappeared, but today Chelan County authorities and the FBI returned to the area surrounding the campground where his 3 daughters were found dead. The story tonight.
We're in weather impact alert mode tonight thanks to hot temperatures and dry conditions. How long this heat wave could last?
Dozens of people filled Spokane City Council chambers tonight to weigh in on 2 high-profile ordinances, including one that would prioritize local workers for public projects. Details tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us for the KREM 2 Night Report. I'm Mark Hanrahan. We start with a packed Spokane City Council meeting tonight with hundreds coming out for public comment. City Council making a crucial decision on local labor for years to come, passing the Public Dollars for Public Benefit Ordinance 4-3 tonight. This ordinance aims to enhance local labor stability by prioritizing local workers for city contracts. City projects will now require a certain percentage of Spokane workers for city contracts over $5 million. Councilmember Paul Dillon says it's designed to hire workers from historically excluded or underrepresented communities to ensure a diverse workforce. However, some local contractors argue the proposal would create less competition and increase bidding prices for public works projects. Council also passed an ordinance tonight that would stop immigration enforcement from entering private community events unless they have a warrant. The council passed that ordinance just moments ago. Supporters of the Safe and Welcome in Spokane ordinance say it is meant to make immigrants and refugees feel safer attending public gatherings in the city. A key change in this version of the ordinance would expand protections relating to a special event held on city streets, much like Tacos and Tequila, which was canceled due to safety concerns earlier this year.
The ordinance itself, should it pass, would open up more options for us, the locations. It's nice to be able to have the event behind the library so central in downtown Spokane. That's a wonderful opportunity for us, and the crowd loves it. So certainly if we could continue with that, that's what we want to do.
Now, special event organizers can request a non-public designation from the city. The permit would stop federal agents from accessing the event without a warrant. Spokane police will document instances where ICE agents or those claiming to be agents appear to be breaking the law. These reports are expected to help track if the new ordinance is effective and provide legal recourse. Now to a stark scene in Spokane Valley. Take a look at this. The Spokane River running dry. The Spokane Riverkeeper shared these photos near Barker and Sullivan in the valley. In a post on Facebook, the group says, quote, "While there are many factors that impact river flows, this section is heavily impacted by the aquifer. Right now, there is not enough water to keep the river flowing and feed the aquifer, leaving the river dry," unquote. The Riverkeeper goes on to state that current drought conditions are only amplifying underlying issues and highlight the need for stronger protections and careful water management. On that note, let's talk weather on this Monday evening with KREM 2's Cody Proctor in for Jeremy tonight. Cody, it was a hot one today, and it's looking like it's going to be hot again tomorrow.
Exactly, Mark, and that is why we have that weather impact alert in effect for us all the way through tomorrow. We certainly had that today where we saw temperatures up into the mid-90s. Tomorrow we can also see temperatures into the 90s once again for Spokane tomorrow. Other regions or other places around our region could even potentially get up to the low triple digits. We did see that today with Omak and Wenatchee at one point, so just remember to stay hydrated and cool as we head into the next few days. Currently right now, as you take a look outside, we're seeing those temperatures in the low 80s this evening, so a lot more comfortable. But still, we expect that heat into tomorrow. Around our region, we're mostly seeing those temperatures into the 80s, some places down into the 70s. But we do have those watches and warnings in effect, including this extreme heat warning and this heat advisory, both in effect until 9 p.m. on Wednesday, with not much relief in our overnight hours. And that's one thing that also just compounds this weather impact alert for us. And it compounds the heat. You can see tomorrow morning, we're only looking to get down to the upper 60s for Spokane. And over the next 3 days, tomorrow it could be in the mid 90s. But again, we eventually will cool down. More on what's behind this heat wave coming up.
All right, we'll talk to you then, Cody. Thank you very much. A person in Spokane County who was in an area previously identified for high-risk measles exposure is presumed to be positive for the highly contagious disease. The Spokane Regional Health District is moving forward with community notices of additional high-risk exposure areas and expects to get the individual's measles status by Wednesday, they said. SRHD is also advising people to check theirs along with their children's vaccination status to verify that they are up to date. An extensive two-day search began today in the area where 3 young girls were found dead near Leavenworth as investigators continue to search for their father. Travis Decker is charged with their deaths. Brady Wakayama from our Seattle sister station explains why they are once again searching around the crime scene area.
Starting today, the FBI is launching a massive search for new evidence. We're just outside of the Leavenworth hatchery, which is about 15 miles east of Rock Island Campground. That's the location where the girls were found killed earlier this year.
We want to bring closure. We want to bring answers.
Right now, nearly 100 personnel are combing the rugged Rock Island Campground area. The teams include FBI SWAT, evidence experts, intelligence analysts, and partner agencies like the U.S. Marshals, Forest Service, and Chelan County deputies. The FBI says this 2-day grid search is designed to collect any possible evidence and prevent the need to recheck the area. They're primarily conducting their search efforts during the day, within a quarter-mile radius of where the 3 girls were found dead.
Looking into similar cases, we found that historically and typically that you found the homicide suspect and those responsible within a quarter-mile of the scene, either alive and or deceased.
Chelan County Sheriff Mike Morrison has been on this case since the beginning. He acknowledges this 2-day search may not produce new answers, but stresses he and his team are committed to exhausting every possible lead.
We don't give up. We understand that the girls would not want us to give up, but I did talk with Whitney last night over the phone. I get her frustration. Of course, she wants the kind of closure where we can locate Travis and bring him to justice.
Authorities say they plan on reopening the campground around 5 o'clock tomorrow evening. In Leavenworth, Brady Wakayama, King 5 News.
Now to our night beat with a quick look at the day's top stories. The suspect accused of setting 3 suspicious fires in downtown Spokane made his first appearance in court today. Those fires happened last week on West Main, West Riverside, and West Spokane Falls Boulevard. Spokane police say 45-year-old Troy Silk was caught on camera from businesses in the area. At the time of the alleged crime, Silk was already in custody for a separate crime. He is now facing 3 counts of second-degree arson. His bond is set at $50,000. Tonight, investigators are working to find out what caused a house fire on Spokane's Lower South Hill. It broke out at around 10:30 this morning. The Spokane Fire Department says fire crews rescued a man from the house. He was taken to the hospital in critical condition. The firefighters got that fire under control in just about 20 minutes, but it damaged the home so badly they say it cannot be occupied. After nearly 4 decades of fire service, Spokane Fire Chief Julie Oberg has announced her retirement. She plans to retire in October. Oberg joined the Spokane Fire Department in 2020 as Deputy Chief of Operations and agreed to be the interim fire chief at the beginning of Mayor Brown's administration in 2024. She was the first woman to ever lead the department. Assistant Fire Chief Tom Williams will be named fire chief in October to ensure a smooth transition of leadership at the fire department. And that's it for your night beat. For more information on any of these stories, just head to our website. That's KREM.com. All right, don't go to bed yet. The Central Valley School District beefing up security measures just in time for the new school year. But first, giant murals are turning heads and slowing traffic across Spokane. A look at the special projects coming up next.